Now, SDC is in this business of asset development for the reasons I mentioned before. It's not just about income, it's also about assets. So about 10 years ago, we started the Asset Building Coalition. And as you can tell, I'm not going to stick totally to the script of these PowerPoint slides. But asset development for us, the MABC is a private-public partnership which focuses on education, planning, income, assist low-income Milwaukee County residents. And we've been leading this for 10 years. When we first started this Asset Building Coalition, people didn't think we could do it. I don't know who people are, but I know people didn't think we could do it. They didn't. We weren't sure if we could do it. We had this group of organizations, as you know, many of us do, where you say, come on, let's get together, we talk. We met in Legacy Bank's vault for our first meeting, and someone said, well, who's going to lead this initiative? And we all sat quietly. And what I've learned is just stand up and say, we'll do it. So I stood up and said, SDC will do it. And then I took this idea back to my staff, who thought, okay, here she goes, she's crazy again. And I said, yes, we're going to do it. So we had $35,000 from a foundation, and the foundation said, but you have to give the $35,000 to the mayor's office so they can hire someone to help run this. So we gave the $35,000, and 35 of SDC staff with other staff went out in the evenings and on weekends to banks, to the YW, to Boys and Girls Clubs and other places to help prepare taxes. I went to Legacy Bank every Saturday. I drove the supervisor of our VITA site crazy because, you know, I was doing taxes. Let me just say, the next year they said, Deborah, we have a special job for you. We want you to be a screener. We just want you to welcome the folks as they walk in. You don't need to do taxes. So I was retired as a tax preparer. But the great thing about it is, it wasn't just open to people that made $20,000 or $30,000 or less. It was actually a program that welcomed people that made $56,000 or less. And what we did was prepare taxes. We focused on earned income tax credits. We really helped people get banked because we focused on direct deposit. You can see the list there. We did financial management, credit repair, not just SDC, but our coalition. Our coalition included banks. They were at the table. Credit unions were at the table, universities, and nonprofits. And so we really formed a coalition. And one of the groups that was there that was our friend was the IRS. You know, they came to the meetings, they advised us, they talked to us about how to do this best, and we made it happen. Now, what is interesting to me is we didn't just focus on free tax prep and financials, we also focused on health insurance, free food stamp, other items you can see on that list, because what we believe is when people walk in, they usually don't walk in for one reason. They usually come in with a lot of different issues. And if you can make yourself into a one-stop shop, or you can arm them with a lot of resources before they walk out, then you really respected their time. And usually, well, and I don't know who would confirm usually, but too often people who are poor are expected to wait for hours for service and be grateful that they received it, regardless of if the time slot they're given fits into their day or not. And so what we tried to do is be respectful, to know that oftentimes the people we serve are on buses, and the bus system doesn't get them often to the door of their job, that the employees oftentimes aren't paying them to be off of work, and that they could be jeopardizing their jobs if they have to leave to come to deal with us a lot. So we've tried to make this as effective and efficient as possible. Asset Building Coalition works because of the education, the financial planning, the income development training, and the access to resources.